Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Kayla and welcome. So in today's video, as you can see by the title, I'm gonna be sharing 30 easy weight loss hacks that you can start to incorporate into your daily routine to really help you reach your health and weight loss goals a lot faster. And you know, I figured today would be the perfect time to do this video because right now everybody's trying to get in shape for summer and shed those last few pounds. And so these are just things that you can do in addition to your clean diet to really help you reach your goals a lot faster, and they're super easy things that you can do. And you know, I also ran a poll on my YouTube the other day asking you guys what is your biggest health struggle, and a lot of you said that your biggest struggle was just really difficulty staying on track, that you know, you'll start eating healthy and then after a couple of weeks you're back off track. So hopefully these are some things that you can start to incorporate to really help you reach your goals a lot faster and to help you stay on track. The first weight loss hack is to use smaller plates. Now, I have been doing this hack since college, and that's been like 14 years ago. Yes, I'm old, but I actually read it in a health magazine way back then, and I've been doing it ever since, and it really does work. Studies have actually shown that when you use smaller plates, you can actually trick your brain into thinking that you're eating more food, so you feel more satisfied. And to be honest, when you look at the comparison with the same portion size on a big plate versus a small plate, I mean, it really does look more visually appealing and like you're eating more food. And to be honest, the portion sizes in America are way too big anyway, and so by using smaller plates, it can really help you to control your portion sizes. And the second weight loss hack is to brush your teeth after eating. And if you've ever eaten anything right after brushing your teeth, you know that it can make the food taste disgusting, which is a perfect weight loss hack to keep you from overeating. And this especially works well at night because, you know, a lot of us are tempted to overeat at night, especially after dinner. We want to go back for seconds or go get a dessert or something like that. But if you brush your teeth right after eating dinner, then you're less likely to go back for seconds and to get that dessert because you know that the food's gonna taste nasty anyway. And the next weight loss hack is one of my favorites, and it's to replace one meal a day with a high fiber, low sugar smoothie. Now, I've had clients doing this for years, and literally every single time they see results, they lose weight, and they feel super energized. But the key here is to make sure that the smoothie is not too high in sugars. So you want to make sure it's full of healthy fats, it's full of fiber. And so for the liquid base, I would use something like water, unsweetened almond milk, coconut milk. You can even use like a brewed green tea if you need extra energy. You can use that as your liquid base. But you want to make sure it has a lot of healthy fats. So things like avocado, almond butter, chia seeds, flax seeds, MCT oil. Add in a lot of healthy fats because this is what's going to keep you full for hours. And that's why these smoothies are so good for meal replacements, because they really do keep you full and they keep your blood sugar steady. You want to make sure you add in some type of leafy green to get the fiber and the minerals. So spinach, arugula, kale, even romaine lettuce is good. And you can even add in some superfood powders to get in extra nutrition. But the main thing here is just to keep your fruit to one serving or less per smoothie. So, you know, half a cup of frozen blueberries or half of a frozen banana. And you know, you don't always have to add fruit to make a really good tasting smoothie. You can use avocado to get that creamy texture. You can even take cauliflower, steam it, and then freeze it and use that steamed frozen cauliflower to give you that creamy texture as well, the same way a banana would, but without all the sugar. And then if you want to have a little bit more of a sweet taste, then you can add in something like stevia just to sweeten it up a little bit. But yes, replacing one meal a day with a high fiber, low carb smoothie always gives my clients results, and I highly recommend doing this. Now, if you need ideas for smoothie recipes, I do have a few of them on this channel, so I'm gonna link them for y'all in the description box below. And number 4 is don't be so militant about your healthy eating lifestyle. Now, this has been a major game changer for me in terms of my mindset. You know, back in the day when I first started this health journey, I would be like, oh, I've got to do this to the T. If I mess up one day, then it was like, you know, my whole world was destroyed, and then I would binge on something and then try to go back to my healthy eating. So you cannot have the mindset of perfection. Look at it as, you know, 85 to 90% of the time, eat healthy, and then every now and then allow yourself to indulge in whatever your favorite treat is. You know, because especially as women, which I don't know if this is the same way with men, but I know it's like this with women, if you tell yourself that you can't have something, like you can't have that cookie or you can't have those chips, then it makes you want that even more. And then what happens is a few days later, you know, you keep denying yourself. Just as humans, we have sort of a rebellious nature, right? So if somebody tells us we can't do something, we want to do it. And eventually you're gonna end up binging on that snack. And then you end up, you know, gaining 5 pounds overnight. Now you're depressed, and now you're like, oh, I gotta start all over. Instead of having that perfection mindset and being so militant about your healthy eating, allow yourself to indulge every now and then. And this mindset is gonna be so much more beneficial for you, especially if you're trying to do this healthy living thing long term. And the next weight loss hack is super simple, but it's very effective, and that is to make sure that you eat before you go grocery shopping. So, you know, every time you go grocery shopping and you're starving, you're more likely to pick up something that you definitely don't need at the house. And so by eating beforehand, you're satisfied, and so when you go to the store, you only get the items that you need, and you don't get any junk food or anything that could be a temptation later down the road. And while we're on the topic of grocery stores, another weight loss hack is to park far away from the store. Now, you know, I've seen people, and you may be one of them, that'll sit there and drive around the parking lot for 10 or 15 minutes trying to find a close parking spot. So don't be one of those people. Go ahead and park far away from the store. It's gonna help you get more steps in, which is gonna help to burn more calories. And in the long run, if you do that every single time you go to the store, that's gonna help you to increase your metabolism and reach your weight loss goals a lot faster. And number 7 is super important, and that is to make sure you're getting at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night. Now, lack of sleep can actually start to affect your hunger hormones, leptin and ghrelin. And what happens is when you don't get enough sleep, it can increase ghrelin, which is the hormone responsible for making you feel more hungry. So if you've ever gone, you know, a night or two without good sleep, you'll notice that you're hungrier the next day. And usually you're not hungrier for healthy food, you're hungrier for junk food. And that's why, because lack of sleep can increase your hunger hormones. And not only that, it can also increase your stress hormones, especially cortisol, and cortisol is directly linked to belly fat. So yes, that means that lack of sleep can actually lead to more belly fat if you do it in the long term. So you want to make sure you're getting enough sleep, because when you sleep, that's when your body recharges and rebuilds and renews itself. So it's so important to make sure you're getting enough sleep, and this can have a huge impact on your metabolism and how fast you reach your weight loss goals. And number 8 is to try intermittent fasting. Now, if you've been following me for any time at all, then you know that I am a huge fan of intermittent fasting. I do it myself, and it's one of the best ways to turn off your hunger signals, to increase your energy, and to help you reach your weight loss goals a lot faster. In fact, one study showed that intermittent fasting increased human growth hormone by 300% in just 3 days. And the important thing about human growth hormone and weight loss is that human growth hormone accelerates the breakdown of fat in your body. So it's perfect for those of you trying to lose weight. You want to make sure that you increase the human growth hormone, and 3 ways that you can do that is by intermittent fasting, getting good quality sleep, and exercising. So yes, definitely try intermittent fasting. It really helps a lot of people to break through those weight loss plateaus. And the next weight loss hack is one that I'm really working on myself, and that is to not eat while standing. You know, whenever I do these meal prep videos for y'all, it's so tempting just to sort of graze and snack on all these meal prep recipes that I have for y'all. But even with healthy food, it's easy to overeat. And so one rule that works for me that I've been doing a lot lately is to make sure that when it's time to eat, you know, whether it's dinner, lunch, breakfast, put the food on a plate, sit down and eat, and don't eat while I'm standing. And that really helps me to not, you know, graze a lot throughout the day, and it keeps me on track with my healthy eating, and it keeps me from overeating. And while we're on the topic of eating, there's a couple of other things I want to point out, and this next weight loss hack is to eat more slowly. You know, it takes 20 minutes for your brain to register that your stomach is full. And you know, in those 20 minutes, you can pack in a lot of calories before you even realize that you're full or overstuffed. So make sure you eat more slowly. One way you can do this is that every time you take a bite, put the fork down, thoroughly chew that bite and really be in the moment, you know, enjoy all the flavors. And so by eating more slowly, it's really gonna help you to avoid overeating. And the next thing you can do when you're eating is to stop when you're about 80% full. And I believe it's the Japanese culture that teach their people, you know, to stop eating when you're 80% full. And that's probably why they don't really deal with obesity as a major epidemic in Japan the way that we do in America, because they don't overeat. As Americans, we always overeat. And you know, me personally, growing up in the South, we were always told to make sure we clean our plates. We couldn't get up from the table until we ate all the food. And you know, as you get older and become an adult, this sort of subconsciously stays in the back of your mind, and you think, you know, oh, I gotta clean the plate, I gotta eat everything on the plate. But you've gotta change that mindset, because by doing that, sometimes it causes you to overeat. So stop eating when you're about 80% full, and that way after you eat, you're not sluggish, you're still energized and ready to go. And the next weight loss hack is to pay attention to the taste of the food. So going back to when I told you to eat more slowly, this allows you to really savor the flavor of the foods and really pay attention to the taste. And what you'll notice is that in those first few bites of eating, the food just tastes so good and so heavenly and delicious. And then after you've gotten, you know, more full, the taste of the food really just doesn't have that wow effect anymore. It doesn't taste as good. And usually when the taste of something diminishes, that correlates with the fact that your stomach is getting more full. So use that as a way to say, you know what, I'm not gonna eat anymore because it really doesn't taste as good anyway. And this next weight loss hack is something that I preach to y'all all the time on my channel because it is super effective, and that is to start meal prepping. By meal prepping, you are literally setting yourself up for success. I mean, if you know that you already have a healthy meal in the refrigerator, prepped and ready to go, all you have to do is heat it up, then you're less likely to reach for junk food or go to a fast food joint, and it really does help you to stay on track. So if you need help getting started with meal prepping, I do have a healthy meal prep playlist. I'll go ahead and link that for y'all below. But yes, meal prepping is super effective and really helps you to stay on track. And the next weight loss hack is to get all of the junk food out of your house. If it's not in your house, then you're definitely not gonna be able to eat it. The only way you would be able to eat it is if you take the energy and the time to get in your car, drive to the store, and go get it that way. And if you've done all of that, then girl, go ahead and eat it anyway. You deserve it. But yes, if you get the junk food out of your house, then of course you're not gonna have it there to eat and to cheat. You're not gonna feel as tempted. Now, if you do have family members that, you know, they just do not want to get rid of the junk food, and you have to buy it anyway, then what I would suggest is to put it in a cabinet that you never use, and that way you never open that cabinet. So sort of like, you know, out of sight, out of mind type of thing. And number 15 is to hydrate your body first thing in the morning. You see, overnight, you've gone at least 8 or more hours without any sort of liquids in your body. And you can actually become slightly dehydrated overnight, and even slight dehydration can lead to false hunger signals. And so the best way to avoid that is just to make sure that you saturate your body with hydration first thing in the morning with at least 2 cups of water. What I like to do is to add some fresh lemon juice to my morning water, because you know that's an extra dose of vitamin C, which is great for your skin and your overall immune system. But whatever you do, you know, whether it's with lemon water or just regular water, make sure that you hydrate your body first thing in the morning. It's gonna help to avoid those false hunger signals throughout the rest of the day. And the next thing you can do is to swap sugary drinks with flavored water. Now, if you're still drinking all those sugary drinks like sodas and sweet tea and even fruit juices, you've got to stop. It's just not good for your overall health, and it's definitely not good if you're trying to lose weight. So what I would recommend is to either drink regular water, but if you don't like the taste of regular water, then spice it up with a little bit of fruit. You can add some raspberries and mint. You can add some lime juice. You can add some lemon juice. Add a little bit of stevia to it to sweeten it up. One thing I like to do in the summer is to get some ice water, add some fresh lemon juice, and then just a few drops of stevia, and it literally tastes like fresh lemonade. It is so good and so refreshing. So you gotta cut out those sugary drinks, especially if you want to reach those weight loss goals a lot faster. And while we're on the topic of water, another thing I like to do is to track my water intake. I like to make sure I'm getting at least 8 to 12 cups of water a day. And you know, like I told you earlier, even when you're slightly dehydrated, this can send off false hunger signals, making you think that you're hungry when you're really thirsty. So the easiest way I have found to track my water without really putting much thought into it and writing it down is I just get one of those quart-sized mason jars. So So that's about 4 cups worth of water, and I fill it up at least 2 to 3 times a day, and that's just an easy way to make sure I'm getting in enough water. And the next thing you can do is to start eating more healthy fats. There is a reason why so many people are seeing results on different variations of the keto diet. It's because it focuses on increasing those healthy fats in your diet and lowering your overall sugar intake. And what this does is it really helps to balance out insulin levels in the body. And insulin is known as the fat storing hormone. You know, in the presence of too much insulin, your body goes from fat burning mode to fat storing mode. And so that's not what you want, especially if you're trying to lose weight. So you definitely want to make sure you're lowering your overall sugar intake and really increase those healthy fats in your diet. And not only that, but you know, healthy fats really helps to keep you fuller a lot longer, so you're not snacking and grazing in between meals. And the next weight loss hack is to do some sort of workout or movement during commercial breaks. So if you still watch regular television, then during the commercial breaks, get up and do some sort of movement. You know, jumping jacks, squats, lunges. If you have stairs in your house, run the stairs. Anything to get those calories burning and to get that metabolism up is gonna help you to reach your goals a lot faster. And the next thing you can do is to stop chewing gum. Now, I have heard both sides of the story with this one. You know, some people say that chewing gum makes them feel more full. Others say that it stimulates hunger. I personally believe that it stimulates hunger. And when you look at the actual chemistry behind it, chewing gum actually tricks your body into thinking that it's about to eat. So what happens is that, you know, your mouth, your saliva releases these digestive enzymes, and you know, you swallow those enzymes with your saliva, and so your stomach starts to produce all these stomach acids and it prepares for digestion. But when no food actually comes down, you know, it continues to churn, and this can leave you feeling more hungry. So if you find that chewing gum does do that to you, it does it to me for sure. I used to chew gum all the time back in college, and I always wondered why I felt more hungry after chewing gum. So if that's you, definitely stop chewing gum. And another reason why I really don't recommend it is because most of the gums nowadays in the stores are full of all sorts of artificial preservatives and flavors and sweeteners. So, you know, that's just not good for your health in general. If you are gonna chew gum, then make sure that it is one that doesn't contain artificial ingredients. And the next weight loss hack is to start adding cinnamon to your recipes. So cinnamon is really good for balancing your blood sugars, which is gonna help to control your cravings. If you've ever been on that vicious cycle of your blood sugar going up and crashing and going up and crashing, you know that every time that blood sugar crashes, you crave sugary, refined carbs, unhealthy junk food. And that's just not gonna be good for your health or your waistline. So if you really wanna reach those weight loss goals faster, you've got to learn how to manage and balance out your blood sugar. And one of the ways that you can do that is by starting to incorporate cinnamon. Now, I like to add cinnamon to my smoothies. I add it to my baked goods like breakfast muffins. I even like to add it to my fat bombs. But yes, incorporating more cinnamon into your daily diet is really gonna help to control your cravings. And this next weight loss hack is something that you can do to burn calories and burn fats without actually having to exercise. And that is start going to a sauna. So a sauna actually heats up your core body temperature, which forces your body to try to cool itself off, and that's what causes your body to sweat, right? So similar to working out. And in the process of sweating, you're gonna be, you know, burning extra calories, and then on top of that, it's another great way to naturally detoxify your body as well. So saunas are really good for your overall health, but it's also just a great way to burn extra calories and try to lose that weight a little bit faster. Now, I'm not saying that you should cut out exercise and just start going to saunas. No way. You know, exercise still has its place, but saunas are just a great thing that you can do to, you know, add to your exercise to really speed up your weight loss results. And this next weight loss hack is something that I have personally had to learn over the years, and that is to not eat straight from the bag. So for instance, if you're gonna eat some chips, maybe it's your cheat day and you wanna indulge a little bit like we talked about earlier, you know, don't eat straight from the bag of chips. Unless it's one of the little, you know, single serving size, that's okay. And in fact, that's actually a good tip, is to, you know, try to get the little single serving size bags, so that way you don't overeat and you know, okay, I'm gonna have this one bag, this is my indulgence for the day, and that's it. Now, if you go sit down on the couch and you have a whole bag of kettle chips, it's gonna be very hard to stop yourself from eating it, because for one, you're probably watching television and you're just mindlessly munching away anyway, and it's just so easy to overeat on junk food. And this goes for, you know, healthy junk food as well. It's just easy to overeat. So, you know, instead of getting that whole tub of ice cream or that whole carton of cookies, just take your little portion size, put it on a plate, sit down on the couch or wherever and just eat that. Put the rest back in the pantry or the refrigerator or whatever. And this is really gonna help you to, control your portion sizes and keep you from overeating. And the next tip is to start wearing clothes that are a little bit snug, a little bit tight on you. So take that old pair of jeans out, if you can button them but they're a little snug, go ahead and wear them anyway. I know this tip is a little bit weird, but basically what it does is it reminds you throughout the entire day not to overeat and not to cheat on your diet. So yes, go ahead and wear those jeans, those leggings, that shirt that's a little bit snug, and let it serve as a constant reminder throughout the day not to cheat on your diet. And the next thing you can do is to reward yourself. So every time you reach a milestone in your health or your weight loss, go ahead and reward yourself for it. And I'm not talking about food related rewards. I'm talking about, like a massage or a manicure and pedicure, buying yourself a new outfit, getting a family photo shoot scheduled. I have one client that actually, after she lost 30 pounds, it was her goal to look good in her family photo shoots. She wanted to document that because she felt so good about herself and she looked great. So yeah, whatever it is that excites you, go ahead, get a notepad out and tell yourself that, say, every 10 pounds, you're gonna reward yourself, and have those rewards lined up. And what that's gonna do is it's gonna keep you excited about the process, and it's gonna help you to stay on track. This next weight loss hack is for those of you that don't have time to go to the gym. Start doing home workouts. And thank goodness for YouTube, I have to say, because there are so many fitness channels on YouTube now that we really have no excuse. And one of my favorites is the Tone It Up Girls. I'll link their channel below. They have very good energy. I love their vibe. They have some great home workout routines. But you can also do something like Fitness Splendor. That's a good channel as well. And let me tell you, these home workouts, they're effective, because I do them from time to time when I don't have time to go to the gym, and I wake up sore the next day, so they are effective. But anyway, yes, even if you don't have time to go to the gym, that's no excuse. Turn on YouTube, put on your favorite fitness channel, and get some sort of movement in. And this next weight loss hack is something that we should all be doing, to be honest, and that is to start eating more raw vegetables. Raw vegetables are high in water content, so they're gonna fill you up a lot faster, but not only that, they're high in fiber. So it's gonna, keep you regular, it's gonna keep your colon naturally cleansed. And they say that the average American has up to 10 pounds of excess waste built up in their colon. So you definitely need to start getting more natural fiber in to keep that colon cleansed, to keep things moving. But not only that, raw vegetables are just a great source of vitamins and minerals as well, so it's good for your overall health. And if you don't like the taste of just the raw vegetables alone, then you can dip it in something like my homemade keto dairy-free ranch dressing, which is delicious, by the way. If you haven't seen my lunch meal prep video, I show you how to make that ranch dressing, so I'm gonna link that for y'all below. But yeah, that ranch dressing, you gotta try it. And plus, it gives you a reason to eat more raw vegetables. The next thing you can do is to start making healthier food swaps. Just by swapping out certain foods, you're gonna save on excess calories, excess sugars. And if you haven't seen my healthy food swaps video, I give you guys several ideas on things that you can swap out to really cut back on excess calories. And just by making certain smart food swaps, it's gonna make you healthier, it's gonna give you more energy, and it's definitely gonna help you reach those weight loss goals a lot faster. The next thing you can do is to start wearing a movement tracker. A lot of people are wearing these nowadays because it serves as a great reminder just to get up, and move your body. So if you have certain goals set that day, like you want to burn so many calories or have so many steps in that day, just having a movement tracker on is a constant reminder that you have this many steps left, or this many calories left to burn. And so hopefully it would serve as a motivation for you to get up, get more movement in, just so you can reach those goals. So if you're somebody that really likes people to hold you accountable, but you don't want to actually have to pay for a personal trainer or whatever, then get yourself a movement tracker, because it serves as a great reminder just to get up and get yourself moving. And the last weight loss hack is one of my favorites, and that is to identify whatever your biggest junk food craving is and find a healthy alternative for it. So for instance, if you crave chips, you can take something like, sweet potato, put it in your mandolin, make the little slices, coat it with a little bit of coconut oil and sea salt, put it in your air fryer, and make your own homemade sweet potato chips. You can do the same thing with kale. You can make kale chips. I have a recipe for that. You know, French fries, you can do sweet potato fries. If you have chocolate, for instance, and say you're craving chocolate that time of the month, instead of going for, you know, a Snickers bar or a regular milk chocolate bar, go ahead and get yourself an organic chocolate bar, and that way you're not eating all of those artificial ingredients and preservatives, but you're still curbing that sweet tooth, and at the same time you're getting nutrients in as well. All right, y'all, that is it for today's video. My 30 easy weight loss hacks, things that you can start incorporating right away, and now is actually the time to do it because summer is right around the corner. So if you're trying to lose those last few pounds, start incorporating these tips. I'm telling you, they will help you reach your goals a lot faster. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Of course, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd love for you to join the family. Hit that subscribe button below, and if you are a loyal subscriber, as I'm sure most of you are, I love you guys, be sure to hit that little bell icon to be notified every time I post a new video. And that's it for today. I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.